What's happening? Landlord from Alabama here, back with another video. And today, man, we finna talk about your Cowboys OTAs. We been hearing a little rumbles, we been hearing a little noise about your Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the vanilla gorilla, John Ridgeway. He's on the loose, he's on a warpath, he's on a rampage. He is very manic. I told y'all on his first interview, he said that he came to break necks, and he did not disappoint. He's been getting into it with everybody. He got into it with Tyler Smith, he got into it with Josh Ball now as of late. And then I heard rumbles about them saying that he got put out of practice early. Now, we don't want nobody to just be a menace or a counselor to the team, but he has brought a different element of toughness and grittiness to this team that we need. We need some toughness. We need them to be fighting around this time as they getting used to each other in OTAs. You know, steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron. That's exactly what type of temperament we need on this team. Okay, let's talk about playmaker TP, Tony Pollard. We've been hearing rumbles about him getting work in the slot, and that's exactly what we've been needing. We've been hearing this for years. They've been saying it, so you know, I'm pointing at you, Kellen Moore. We really need you to actually manifest this and put it on the field this year. It sounds good in theory and on paper, but we actually need to see this come into fruition on the field. And you can kind of hear a little frustration in the way Tony answered the question. He said he wouldn't mind playing in the slot a little bit. Basically, he said he's willing to do whatever it takes to get on that field and get more opportunities. You know, this is a big time year for Tony Pollard. He's going into a contract year, and we really want to see exactly what kind of player Tony Pollard is. So we got to give him as many opportunities as possible, man, because we really got to see exactly who he is. Especially the worst case scenario, we let him go and he becomes a star elsewhere. And he's supposed to be a star with America's team, but with the lack of opportunities, we can't just sit here and let him get away. He'll be the one that got away dealing with Mr. Kellen Moore. We need this man to get some opportunities to see exactly who he is on the field. Now let's talk about your third-round pick, Jalen Tolbert, the rookie wide receiver out of South Alabama. You know he been dealing with some hamstring issues, so he hadn't really participated in OTAs. He been on the sideline, getting right, you know, working with the cords. But word on the street, he did catch a couple touchdown passes from young Ryan Dakota, and that's exactly what type of vibes you need from your young wide receiver. He's stepping on the field basically day one, building a certain kind of rapport and a little chemistry with QB1. Speaking of Dak Prescott, they asked him about his impression of Jalen Tolbert, and he basically said, man, he's a smart guy. He wants to grow. He's asking him a lot of questions about what he's seeing on film. They let you know what type of worker that he's trending to be. He really want to showcase his talent and be great. When you got young players asking questions, that's exactly what you need. You know they don't understand, so we willing to work with you. Jalen Tolbert said Dak doesn't trip about him asking him questions and working extra with him to build that type of chemistry, man. Dak is a great leader in that aspect. Some quarterbacks be jerks, you know, they don't really have to do this. They don't have to hold your hand, so that's really some great leadership traits coming from young Ryan Dakota, because I know he got a lot of responsibilities and a lot of other things that he could be doing instead of working extra with a rookie wide receiver. They asked Kellen Moore about him, and he said he's awesome. He said he works his tail off. You can tell how detailed that he's trying to be. So he's getting real particular in some of the questioning that he's asking. So that's a good sign for Jalen Tolbert. That means that he really cares and he's ready to put in the work to become great, and he don't mind actually putting in the extra effort. And now let's talk about your rookie defensive player of the year, Micah the Missile Parsons. They say he doing Micah things again. He's all over the field. He's looking awesome, looking special. He's looking like a generational type talent. And I seen a clip with Micah catching an interception, and like that's the worst case scenario for the NFL. If this man catching interceptions now and getting sacks and being a terror all over the field, that's the worst type of news that you can be getting if you're an offense going against the Dallas Cowboys. If Micah would have had a few interceptions last year, they probably would have had to give it to him. They would have looked at TJ Watt and said, I'm sorry, sir. This award belongs to Mr. Micah Parsons. All he needed was like maybe 1 or 2 interceptions with those sacks he had, and the league would have had to just give it to him, hand it over. Micah is the new sheriff in town, in my opinion. I love the competition that him and D-Law got going on. D-Law said he want to be the sack leader of the team again. They asked young Micah, he said, man, look, he will never get that title ever again in his life. And you know, that's some bold words coming from a second-year player. That means he believes in himself, he know exactly who he is, and he know what kind of havoc he coming to cause. Micah is just not your ordinary guy. He's not a jag, he's not just another guy. This man is really just built different. I'm super excited about him. I feel like he's a culture changer, and he's exactly what the doctor ordered for your Dallas Cowboys. But that's all I got for you today, man. Just holla at your boy, Landlord from Alabama, with the same handle on all social media. And like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.